Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mark, and I just wanted to make this video based on whether or not we should RV full-time or buy/rent a home. So there was recently a period where I wasn't recording for a few months, and I wanted to go ahead and give you an update on where we've been, what we've been doing, and where we're going from here. Basically, as an effort to share where the channel is going and what to expect. And just to be clear, it is going. We have a lot of content coming right away. I'd say this is kind of the start of our revival, so I want to begin with this video. First, I'll preface with, we are not done RVing yet, so no worries there. What we are done doing is pulling a Solitude with an F-250. All right, so for a quick recap. We full-time RV'd for 6 months straight, made a bunch of videos, upgraded our travel trailer to a fifth wheel, saw and experienced a ton of stuff, and realized that the life we'd been living wasn't gonna be financially sustainable long-term. We're gonna talk about this a lot in upcoming videos, but basically moving around so much kept us in like a vacation mode and just resulted in us spending way too much money. In light of expecting our fourth kiddo, we decided to stop RVing in the capacity that we were for the time being. So we sold our Solitude and the truck to recuperate some of the money we had tied up in all of that, especially because the truck's payload capacity was very arguable, and we realized that the Solitude's payload was also inadequate itself. Consequently, that's been our most popular video. We have every type of comment on that video. I mean, everything from "you should be arrested" to "hell yeah man, America, do what you want." Altogether, the experience was a lot, and we really didn't know what we were gonna do next. Just again, knowing that the payload stuff was a problem. My best friend said we should triple down and buy a triple axle toy hauler with a dually, and we just weren't ready for that yet. Anyways, we sold the Solitude to a nice couple passing through Denver, and aside from me losing the keys to it the night before the sale, it all worked out. Then after we sold the Solitude, we actually moved out to Michigan because it's where we loved visiting the best during our 6 months of full-timing. Also, I'm from there, so it kind of made sense. But even though we liked it there, we found ourselves kind of without purpose, and honestly, I really needed a full-time job. So even though we left Denver originally for a bunch of reasons, mainly financial, I ironically ended up getting a job there, so we moved back for the time being. Which brings me to my next point, which is actually a question. What should we do next? I mean, we're just renting a home right now, and honestly, the rent isn't sustainable. The only reason we're here renting is because I have the job. And thankfully, my job allows me to work remotely 3 days per week. And I think if I do a good enough job there, they'll let me go fully remote. So that's kind of my goal, which of course, you know, is crucial for RVing full time. Anyways, when our lease is up at the end of the year, assuming that I work fully remote at that point, we get to decide what to do next. The way I see it is we have 3 options. Number 1, we stay in Denver with super high rent and no way to buy a home in this market, meaning basically we just work to live here. Number 2, we go buy or rent a house in another state somewhere really cheap and likely not the most desirable. Shortly after, the hope is we would buy an RV to travel to more desirable places throughout parts of the year. I mean, maybe then we can get away with a travel trailer again, or I don't know, even a Class C, instead of like a, you know, big fifth wheel. Or number 3, full-time again, which we are completely open to. The thing is, we'd have to do it a lot differently this time. The key thing we'd have to do differently this time is stay at places longer to get better rates. The biggest challenge in this option is that we really would have to triple down and get the toy hauler because, again, we need the payload capacity. It's basically a non-negotiable. We have 4 kids, and so all of their stuff, their homeschool stuff, I mean, we kind of have to take the whole kitchen sink with us, and we're gonna make some more videos about all of this, but yeah. The triple axle toy haulers are the only things with enough payload. I mean, you can get like up to 5,000 pounds of payload. And as a full-time family with 4 kids, you really need a lot of payload, which of course also requires a bigger truck. I'll close the video with this question. What would you prefer? What would you do? Extra credit for commenting with an answer considering that we have 4 young kids. So again, number 1. Living in a super nice or popular area, but needing a super nice paycheck to cover it. Number 2, living somewhere not as happening, but maybe getting the opportunity to RV part of the year. And number 3, going all in and full-timing it again. Throw some comments or suggestions down below. If you have any other ideas, please feel free to share them. Next up, we'll be checking out the Windish RV show in Colorado Springs, and we're gonna look at some stuff. Thanks everyone for watching and your contributions. Please subscribe, and we will see you next time.